Good morning, my dear children. So, today being the fourth day of learning English, today I have chosen our topic from creative writing. Now, children, I know very well that you all are creative in some or the other ways. But when it comes to writing professionally, a beautiful story or a passage, we need to take care of various things. Okay? So, good morning once again. And today, let's quickly start the class. Now, I will be playing a video and I want you all to watch it properly, listen carefully, and understand it. Right? So, let us begin the day.
I have been looking for you, Bunty, and you are sitting here alone. Oh, sorry, with your friend.
I know you're teasing me, but it's okay. It's just because you don't know the pleasure a book can give.
Hey, you promised to share more about the importance of reading. Tell me, I am waiting.
Reading is vital because it is how we discover new things. We live in an age where we overflow with information, and with reading, we can educate ourselves in any area of life we are interested in. Reading develops imagination. With reading, a person can go anywhere in the world or even out of it. Non-readers can never experience these joys.
Amazing, Bunty. What are the other benefits of reading?
You might be knowing that reading helps in building one's vocabulary. But do you know that through reading, you build a more solid foundation for communication? When you read, you understand more and thus you can communicate better with people. Whereas if you don't read, you can't connect with the world.
Now I can understand how important reading is.
Good, you understood that. And one more thing, many well-paying companies hire people who have good reading and comprehension skills because they believe that they perform well.
Thank you so much, Bunty. You really are a whiz. You have...
Okay, so you have heard what she said, that she said at last that you are really a whiz, and thank you for enlightening me. So hope children you already knew about it, that why reading is so important in all our lives. If you read more, you will understand and learn more and more vocabularies, and if you learn more and more vocabularies, trust me, you will be able to write a good piece, a good poetry, a good story. Okay, so let us move forward. And so children, you might be thinking that what will I learn today, right? So let us see and move ahead quickly to see that what is the topic for the day. So here the topic of the day is paragraph writing. So yes children, today you are going to learn about how to write a beautiful and a meaningful paragraph. Okay? Now, in today's learning, you are going to learn about all these things. So at first, you are going to learn about how to define a paragraph. That means what is the definition of a paragraph. Next, you will be knowing about the format of writing a paragraph. Then, I will be sharing few tips with you all so that you can follow those tips and you can write a beautiful paragraph. And at last, you will be able to create a sample paragraph by your own. So these are today's learning. So at first, we will move with definition of a paragraph. So this is a definition of a paragraph. Let us now read from the slides. A paragraph is a number of sentences grouped together which relate to one topic in a coherent and a logical sequence. Okay, so when you write a sentence, remember that it has to be a logical and the sequence needs to be maintained. Next, a paragraph introduces and develops a particular idea, pertaining to a topic. That means whenever you will be given a topic, you need to focus on that particular topic only. Then paragraphs can be short or long. However, they always have a beginning, middle and an end. So it has been divided into these many parts. Okay. Next we have paragraphs are useful for a number of reasons. Now let us see what are the number of reasons. The first one is they present an idea in a concise and well thoughtful manner. Next is they can be used to describe a person or place or an event. So in a question you can be asked about how to describe about a person, or you can also be asked to describe about a place where you have recently visited. Next, you also can be asked about an event like a party, a birthday party, a marriage party, like those. Okay, so these three are the kind of reasons can be given to you. And then the third point here is they can be used to express some reflection of thought. So obviously it's a reflection of thought. When we write anything, it is our reflection of our thought. So moving next, here I have given you few tips to write a logical and a beautiful paragraph. So let us read quickly what is there. Now in order to write a good paragraph, always remember that we need to keep in mind the basic features of a paragraph. Okay. Now the basic features are as follow. Children, these points are very important. I want you to just note down quickly. You can note down the keywords. Right? All the sentences are not possible to write, but you note down few keywords which I am going to read out now. So the first and the foremost point is a paragraph usually has a title. Very important. Every time we have to start a para with a title. Next, the opening sentence or sentences form the introduction of the paragraph. Such sentence is known as a topical sentence. Okay, so first title and the second is a topical sentence. Third is the topical sentence introduces the topic, theme, subject or idea that the paragraph is based on. Fourth point is the main body of the paragraph consists of supporting ideas. And the last is supporting ideas provide more information about the main topic presented in the opening sentence. However, these ideas must not stray from the topic mentioned in the opening of the paragraph. That means when you start writing about a particular paragraph, remember not to use any other extra word about anything else. When you're writing about a particular topic, you need to focus on that particular topic, right? So, let us move ahead. Then the next point here is the sentence that form a body of a paragraph must be close related to each other. That means there should be a proper relevant between one word to another word and one sentence to another sentence. You can't just write irrelevant words and sentences. Next point, variety in the body of the paragraph should be brought about using different types and kinds of sentences. That means you need to bring a lot of variety in your passage. Thus, the sentences in a paragraph must follow the principle of unity. Unity means they should look united. United in the sense, suppose if you are going to write about a paragraph of a dog, right? You're going to write a paragraph about a dog. Remember that all the sentences and the words should be sequential. It should look like that yes, you are only and only talking about a dog. So we will be seeing the examples later. Let us quickly read few more points. Next point given here is all the sentences must be presented in a logical order or sequence since they develop the idea. Okay, so they are often arranged in order of importance. Means you need to make the sentences in such a manner that the first sentence is more valuable than the another sentence. That means valuable means here the important sentence should be put up first and the next one next. The concluding or closing sentence must sum up the entire paragraph. That means it is the gist of the entire paragraph. It is the reflection of the idea presented in the topical sentence. Now topical means the beginning sentence, that is a topical sentence, the top sentence, okay, the starting sentence. A paragraph must be brief and we must avoid excessive or unnecessary details. I hope this much is clear to you all. Now let us move forward to see the next part. Now here I have given an example for you all to understand it in better manner. Now see children, the first thing I have written here is the topic, because the topic is very important before you start writing a paragraph. Okay. Now the topic here is dog as man's best friend. So when we read a topic, we very well know that in this paragraph we are going to read everything about dog. Okay, like dog, how dog is man's best friend. So the topic is clear to all of us. Now next you see in this arrow mark, I have given a topical sentence. Now here this arrow mark I am talking about, this is a topical sentence. Now this one whole sentence is actually a topical. Topical means here the beginning of the sentence is very important in a paragraph. So the first sentence is, let's read. It is often remarked that throughout history a dog is man's best friend. So this is the starting of a paragraph. This is called topical sentence. Now next you see this big paragraph is actually the main body of the paragraph. Okay, where we have given all the relevant information about dog and a best friend. So let us read this paragraph. For centuries, man has kept dogs by his side as pets, as guards, and as friends. Dogs have proven to be very loyal. A dog will never abandon its master and will often do anything to protect him. The bond shared between dog and man is deep. While the dog depends on man for food, water, and affection, man depends on dog for protection and companionship. This bond is so strong that sometimes dogs do not eat or drink if their master is unwell. There are several books and movies that document this unique relationship between man and a dog. So this paragraph just now which I have read is the main paragraph in this passage. Now let us move on to the concluding sentence. Now children, concluding means this last one sentence. Okay, so this concluding sentence. Let us start reading. Concluding sentence is, scores of your response by and things change, yet dog remains man's best friend. So I repeat, scores of your response by and things change, yet dog remains man's best friend. So this is the ending, that means the concluding sentence where we are completing our paragraph. So this was a sample paragraph. This is how you all should write. Now let's move on to the next part. In between, children, you can pause the video or you can take a screenshot so that you can read the paragraphs once again by your own. Now here, let us revise again what we have just learned. Now again, I'm starting with what is a paragraph. We know very well that paragraph is a group of sentences. Now when I say group of sentences, it means a group of relevant sentences, okay, where unnecessary informations are not provided. Now when we talk about group of sentences, that means a paragraph always has one central idea. Just now we have seen when we talked about a dog, we have only and only written about dog, and we have not included any other story into it. So that is called central idea. Now in central idea, these are the things which we need to include. The first is unity. Second is a proper order, a sequence. And variety means you need to find out a lot of vocabularies and varieties of information about that particular topic. That is variety. So three important things are unity, in a proper order, and varieties. Done. Next, see. This is a template of a paragraph where we have 5 important steps. And this is very important to know. Now, what are the 5 steps? The first ever step is define. Okay, we need to define the paragraph properly. Then we have problem, means we have to provide a problem into that paragraph. Then we have solution. That means after writing the problem, we have to give the solution also. And after writing the solution, we have to mention the benefits of it. And after you complete writing benefits, you need to conclude the paragraph. So these 5 things are very, very important to take care that how you can write a proper paragraph. Now let us move on and let's see a sample now. And the question arises here is that how to put these 5 steps to write a meaningful paragraph. Okay, so let us see what are the 5 steps. So we are moving on to the first step. So here we have a sample. Okay, so children, we are now going to see a sample topic, yoga. This is, I have chosen for you all, a topic is yoga, and how we can divide this topic into 5 different steps. So the first step to always remember, and the first step is define. Just now we have read define. Now define means you have to define what exactly yoga is. You have to give a definition of in yoga. For example, yoga is an ancient practice which is helpful for physical and mental well-being of mankind. So this is the definition of yoga. Now next step we will see, step 2 is problem. Now here you have to explain the problem currently we are facing. For example, you can write, in this modern age, the graph of happiness has gone considerably down and stress levels are in high. Okay, in time high due to this health related issues have become very common. Just because the problem is that nowadays we people are not doing yoga, we are not taking care of our health, and that is the reason, that is the problem where every human being is facing a physical problem. So that is a problem we have discussed. Now let's see step 3. Now step 3 you have to give a solution. Now children, when we always remember, when we have given a problem, we have to always give a solution to it, right? So that means we have to provide a solution. For example, you can write, yoga can be very beneficial under the circumstances. The reason being it involves both, that is physical and mental exercises. So we have given the solution as well. Now step 4 says that benefits. Now you have to give the benefits of doing yoga. That means you have to state the potential benefits. For example, you can write, regular practice of yoga can reduce stress, anxiety, depression, and other mind-related issues. It helps shapes your body properly, thereby decreasing any health-related issues. So we have shown the benefits of doing yoga. That was our step number 4. Now let's move on to step number 5 and the final step. So here, when we are going to conclude the paragraph, you need to conclude with a positive note. Okay, children, remember, always use your paragraph with a positive note. Now, for example, you can write, realizing the true power that yoga has to cure our physical and mental ailment, we must start practicing it on a regular basis to improve overall quality of our life. So this is a conclusion I have given here. Okay. So now we have seen there are 5 major steps we need to take care of while writing a beautiful paragraph. But students, one more thing, how to combine these 5 paragraphs. Now let us see, for example, here let's put it together. So the 5 steps I have put it together for you all. And the first thing you will be observing, I have written the topic is yoga. Okay, I have written the topic yoga. And then after that, I have combined all these 5 steps into one paragraph. So you can take a screenshot or you can pause this video to just read out, because the same thing I don't want to repeat again. The same just now which we have done it in step by step. This is all together in one slide. Okay, so you can come back and read it for yourself. I'm moving forward. So after knowing about all this thing, I hope you will be able to solve this question. So it's a very, very easy question for you all given. So you need to write a paragraph on this following proverb. Now children, a proverb is given below here. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. This is a proverb. Now you must be thinking, what is the meaning of the proverb, right? So children, that is your task for the day. That first thing you need to find out the meaning of this proverb. It is very, very easy. In fact, I can say that you all can relate this proverb with this current situation where we are in right now. Right, we are in lockdown scene and we are at home, we are stuck at home, we can't even go out, right, we can't meet our friends. So you can relate this proverb with our current situation. So try to find out the meaning of this proverb, and after you find out the meaning, try to write down a small paragraph, okay, a very small paragraph of about 150 words maximum. But you need to take care one thing, that you need to take care of those 5 steps which we have just now discussed. That is very important to keep in mind. So that is the task of the day, and you can solve this question in your creative writing fair notebook. Okay. So here, thank you dear children. So that's all for the day. You can pause the video. As I said, you can take a screenshot, and I will be providing you the notes as well, and I will be providing you all these 5 steps. Just go through the steps again and write about this topic in your fair notebook. Alright, so thank you everybody and take care.